All right, this is Engage New York, Module 1, Lesson 14. Read the objective out loud while I read it. I can divide decimals with a remainder using place value understanding. That's our big idea for today. Now, we're going to start with some fluency practice. The first thing that we're going to start with is multiplying and dividing by exponents. And some of you, when you were taking that quiz the other day, forgot what an exponent is. So, knowing what an exponent is and how does that affect when you're multiplying versus dividing. So, I'm going to give you about 1 minute and you are going to complete this section. Then you're going to move on to the next part of our fluency, round to different place values. This one you're going to round to 1/10th, then you're going to round to 100th, then you're going to round to 1,000th. Next one, find the quotient. Finding the quotient means answer. Then you're going to say this in unit form. What does unit form mean? It means saying 14/10 divided by 2 wholes, okay? So that is what you're going to do. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I want you to get through these 3 sections, and then we will come back and correct. Are you ready? You may begin. All right, so 65/10 is multiply 65/10 by 10 to the second. So 65/10 is really 6.5. And if you move the decimal twice, you end up with 650. Then when I multiply 0.7 by 10 to the second, it's 70. When I divide 0.8 divide by 10 to the second, I have to move it twice, right? Then when I have 3.895 and I'm multiplying by 10 to the third, remember that your decimal is going to move 3 times. The number 5,472 divide by 3, remember that decimal really sits here and it's going to move once, twice, 3 times. And you end up with 5.472. Okay. The next side. Round to a different place value. So 6.4, this is round 6.3.85 is rounded to 6.4 because this number either stays the same or changes. And because of the 8, it has to change. 6.385 rounded to the nearest hundredth. The number is going to round up because remember that wherever we're focused on either stays the same or changes. So it's going to go up to 6.39. 37.645 rounded to the nearest thousandths. Well, there's nothing on the other side of it, so it's a 0, so it remains the same. Find the quotient, 14 divided by 7. So remember, the word quotient means answer is 7. Then now say the division sentence in unit form. So 1.4 divided by 2 is 14/10 divided by 2, which is 7/10, which looks like 7/10. 0.14 hundredths divided by 2 is 14 hundredths divided by 2 is 7 hundredths, which looks like this. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 2.4 divided by 3 is 24/10 divided by 3, which is 8/10. 8/10. 0.24 divided by 3 is 24 hundredths divided by 3 is 8 hundredths, which is 0.08. Hopefully you're doing well. Then 10 divided by 3 is 10, which would be 30 ones divided by 3 ones, which is 10 ones. Then 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 ones divided by 3 ones is 1 1. 0.3 divided by 3, 3/10 divided by 3 is 1/10, is 0.1. All right, moving to our application problem. A bag of potato chips contains 0.96 grams of sodium. If the bag is split into 8 equal servings, How many grams of sodium will each serving contain? Now, if this is really easy for you, then go to the extension. And the extension is, what other ways can the bag be divided into equal servings so that the amount of sodium in each serving has 2 digits to the right of the decimal and the digits are greater than 0 in the tenths and hundredths place? This is extension. This is what you do if this is really easy. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes and we'll come back and check. All right, so hopefully you know your multiplication facts, that 12 times 8 equals 96. That would have helped you quite a bit. And then if you have 12, you end up with 8 groups of 12 hundredths. So there are 12 in each group, and they are 8 groups of 12 hundredths, which ends up meaning it's 0.12. So 0.12 hundredths grams of sodium in each serving. All right, we are going to move on to concept development. So we will get started.